You know, we love Connie baby. Typical Hallmark movies is this book. So weird flex, but okay. YouTube family, Abby here, and I want to tell you that you're my friend, our child of God. Hey guys, what's up? It's Abby. Welcome back to my channel. So for today, we are in my new setup. I think it's so crazy that I am in my studio. If you guys have seen my moving vlogs, you guys know that I moved into a studio. So this is where we're at, but today I wanted to do a very special video and kind of talk to you guys a little bit about books I've been reading. So let's get into it. The first two books, it's not here like with me, but the first book is called Ever Summer After. So that book is so good. Honestly, it's about like two soulmates that fall in love, and it's just like, I don't know, I love like The Summer I Turned Pretty, and I love like all of those like lovey romance books. The second book that I completely recommend that's not here with me right now, but it's called I'm Glad My Mom Died. It's this memoir by Jeanette McCurdy, and she used to be in iCarly, and she played this character called Sam, and she kind of spoke about all the trials and tribulations that she kind of went through, you know, in Hollywood and things like that. So I zoomed through that book. I found myself like captivated to that book. It's really dark, but it's really good. The third series that I recommend that's not here is, of course, my beloved The Summer I Turned Pretty. So if we have any The Summer I Turned Pretty fans, comment down below. A friend of mine got me into the books, and I zoomed through them last year. That was the first books that I ever read. You know, we love Connie baby. And it's crazy because I was watching the season. It all came out, so I binged it, and then this year it was week by week, and that was a lot. So Jenny Han, that was too much for me. And basically what that book is about, it's about three childhood friends, a girl named Belly, and she has been in love with this guy, Conrad, her whole life. She's been in love with this guy, and something's happened. She's with Jeremiah, she's with Conrad. There are certain scenes in the book that happened in the series, and I'm like, oh my God. But then there's some things that changed in the series that weren't from the book. So it's a lot, but honestly, I recommend it. Second book, I think I read it in like 4 days. And then once you finish the second book, you're like, and then you read the third book, and I got through the third book in like a day. So recommend it. Anything from Jenny Han is chef's kiss. It is called The People We Meet on Vacation. I really liked it, but it kept going back and forth between the summers. Basically, these two characters, Alex and Poppy, they meet, and then they go on the summer trip, and they do a summer trip every year, and then it kind of goes back and forth saying like their trips now from their trips before. Typical Hallmark movies is this book. So I really like this book because it's a good summer read. I kind of just found myself reading this every night. 4th of July, I was literally reading it, and my friend was like, pay attention to me. I'm like, I'm sorry, I just need to know what's happening. I'm an Alex and Poppy stan, so if you guys know, you know. This book, I can't stress it enough. This book I read in a week. This night, I would get so excited to go to bed and read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So this book is kind of like, it's very different from the books that I've been reading, because as you can tell, The Summer I Turned Pretty, Ever Summer After, People We Meet on Vacation, it's very like lovey and stuff like that, and like soulmates. This book is wild. So basically there's like the two characters, Monique and Evelyn Hugo. Basically she talks about like the loves of her life. She talks about how she got married 7 times, and she kind of explains like the ins and outs of Hollywood, which I really liked because sometimes you don't see the dirty things that like you try to get into Hollywood. So I was really intrigued by it, and honestly from the first sentence of the book I was like captivated. Cannot wait till this gets on Netflix. I hope that they make this a series because I was so curious that I was like, man, I need this on Netflix. Like, I need to read it. So now we're gonna get into a little more like self-help, like spiritual books, and then we'll go into books that I want to read. I love Jesus, and honestly, this book helped me. So a friend of mine, Valentina, she reached out to me in March when she found out that I was quitting my job and moving cross country. She's like, Abby, you need to get this book right now. And basically it's called Crazy Faith. So it's by Michael Todd, so Mike Todd. He wrote this book, and it's kind of like me starting my day off with God. And honestly, every single chapter I read is something that's going on in my life to the T. So this book is Crazy Faith. If you are in a season where you don't know what's going on, where you don't know what's next, and you just need this faith and you just need something to stir up your spirit, I completely recommend this book. And there's certain things that they talk about, like wavy faith, they talk about lazy faith. So this is from the chapter Lazy Faith. So it says, again, God usually shows us either the mountaintop without the path or the path without the mountaintop. He wants us to exercise active faith to figure out the in-between and trust him to empower us to complete the journey. This isn't a book that you kind of just read through. This is a book where like you read chapter by chapter and you just soak it in and you kind of just, okay, like how can I activate it in my life right now? The next book I recommend is called Atomic Habits and it's by James Clear. So this is a book that I have been trying to get myself through for a while. It's basically a self-help book and honestly it teaches you habits, how to habit stack, how to do small things every day to make changes. Use inflammation intentions. I will the behavior at this time and at that location. So for example, I will go to the gym at 5 p.m. every single day at LA Fitness. Have to get back to it. I am gonna do it, but it's bit by process. If you guys read it, let me know. So this book, I saw it in the library. So the book is called You Are a Bad Blank, How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life by Jen Sincero. This book is pretty good. I read the first chapter last morning and basically this chapter was just talking about how we fight between our conscious mind and our subconscious mind, and basically in our subconscious we live our lives in that way, even though our conscious mind is telling us like, hey, like you want to be healthy, you want to do this, but subconsciously maybe you had like a dad that eats a lot or mom eats a lot, and then you were already surrounded by food emotionally, and then that is your subconscious, so you can't lose weight. Why? Because you have already had that subconscious thing in your mind. We are just working on ourselves, and I feel like I'm in this era where I'm like, okay, God, I'm working on myself, I'm working on me physically, spiritually, emotionally, and I'm just excited. There's this show called Tell Me Lies, and this book, I watched this on Hulu and I was hooked because I was just like, this is such a good show. Like basically it's about this girl like Lucy and this guy Steven. They dated, something happened, some trauma happened, and then I was 8 episodes in and there was a big cliffhanger and I was like, what is going on? I have no idea what happened. And to this day I still think about what's happening in that show, because I don't know about you, but like I tend to put myself into these fictional characters. Weird flex, but okay. 28 Summers by Evelyn Hugo. They say that this is really good, so I am really excited about it. If you guys want a book review video after all the books I read, let me know. I don't know if like that's what my YouTube channel is gonna get to, but I think it would be fun. I know like I talk about like God topics, I know I do vlogs, but I feel like pop culture, I realized talking to my friend, shout out to Irene, I realized that talking to my friend Irene, I love pop culture and I'm like a pop culture junkie. So like when it comes to The Bachelor, when it comes to like Bachelor in Paradise, when it comes to like TV shows and things like that, I really like get invested in them, like the whole like Belly and Conrad series and everything. If you guys want like a pop culture episode or a pop culture series on my YouTube channel, let me know. That is basically my little book review. That's basically books I recommend. If you guys like any of these books and you guys want to get it, I'll have the links for the books down below so you guys can get the books and do it. Let me know if you guys read any of the books. We can talk about it in the comment section below, or comment below any books that you guys recommend for me to read. I want to become a big reader. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up, like and subscribe to my channel, follow me on social media, be linked down below. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys, God bless you.